The South African Human Rights Commission and the Commission for the Promotion and Protection of the Rights of Cultural, Religious and Linguistic Communities have found that the police service was ill-prepared to respond to the July unrest in 2021. In reports released today on the deadly violence, the institutions have highlighted insufficient training as well as a lack of resources as some of the reasons why police were hamstrung at the time. Ahmed Kajee has this report.
The violent protests with rioting and looting in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng resulted in the deaths of over 300 people in July of 2021. The events also cost the country billions in lost revenue, damage and theft, with SAHRC paying out over 32 billion rand in claims. In today's hearings, the SAHRC and CRL Rights Commission found that the failure to promptly address and counter digital orchestration and instigation through social media and other online platforms allowed the unrest to grow. This suggests that online communication and coordination played a role in fueling the violence. In damning statements against the South African Police Service, it was found that it was ill-prepared for the well-orchestrated disruption of the country.
The South African Police Service was ill-prepared to deal with the orchestrated attacks. This might include insufficient training, equipment or resources to effectively respond to the situation. The lack of appropriate action in response to the initial signs of the unrest led to criminal activities such as theft, arson, and malicious damage to properties.
During the unrest, the community of Phoenix in Durban saw racial tensions between African and Indian groups, which led to 36 people losing their lives, around 10% of the total deaths. CRL chairperson David Mosoma outlined the dynamic of the community during the unrest.
It was cited that the causes of unrest were criminality, organized crime, and inequality that exists in these communities. These mistrust and suspicion make it difficult for the Phoenix and the surrounding communities to coexist and foster the values of friendship, peace and humanity, tolerance based on equality, non-discrimination and free association.
Mosoma recommended diversity training be introduced in schools and communities across the country to prevent further racial tensions.
We recommend programs that address racism mindset change, which affirms the humanity of others, irrespective of race, gender, language, must be introduced in schools and communities. Of course, generally, the whole South Africa.
With the unrest coinciding with the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma, the report found that the arrest wasn't a causal factor to the riots and looting.
However, the Commission finds that while the timing of the events of the July unrest coincided with the incarceration of former President Jacob Zuma, it could not find evidence to link the two events. It is probable that the unrest was undertaken to destabilize the South African economy. However, it will be ultimately within the purview of the South African Police Service and the National Prosecutions Authority to make a conclusive finding regarding the orchestration of the July unrest.
The SAHRC and CRL Rights Commission says through the hearings and report, recommendations must be taken seriously to ensure the events of July 2021 aren't repeated. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ahmed Kajee.